Hi, One Kids. So today we have a continuation of the story of Moses, and we are going to find out how they managed to escape from Pharaoh in Egypt.
It's an exciting story, and it's another example of how God does unheard of things to help his people.
So Moses and Aaron went to visit Pharaoh to ask him to set God's people free.
What did Pharaoh say?
Well, Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he said, "No, I'll never set these people free." And he actually treated them worse after Moses and Aaron asked him.
So what did Moses and Aaron do?
Well, they warned Pharaoh that if he didn't listen to God, some difficult things would happen.
What kind of difficult things?
Well, the Bible describes them as the 10 plagues, all sorts of horrid things like the River Nile turning into blood.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's not the worst. Imagine all the houses in Egypt having frogs all over them, jumping everywhere, or little gnats swarming all over the place. Okay, or what about locusts? All right, they're like great big giant grasshoppers just flooding everywhere and just eating everything.
So surely Pharaoh changed his mind then. Those plagues sound horrible.
Well, you would think so, but he didn't change his mind. You see, his heart was hardened.
What do you mean?
Well, if you look at this piece of stone, have a feel. It feels really hard, like rock, doesn't it?
Yes.
And when you pour water over it, okay, the water doesn't go inside it. It just washes over the top.
Yes, I see.
It's just rock hard. But when you feel this piece of sponge, it's soft and springy, isn't it? And now look, when you pour the water onto it, the sponge just soaks the water in, and it changes the sponge.
Wow, yes, I see. So when we have a soft heart, we can listen to God and we can let him pour good things into us and we can receive them inside. But when we have a hard heart, we can't hear or receive anything and we can't change.
Exactly like that. So Pharaoh's heart was hard and he couldn't accept what God wanted, or he couldn't even see how much God's people were in distress and pain. And no matter how many plagues happened, to Egypt, he just wouldn't change his mind. And as soon as that particular plague stopped, he just changed his mind back again and said no.
Oh, so did God's people ever escape?
Well, actually they did. By the time the 10th plague happened, Pharaoh eventually gave in and told them to go.
Wow, so God's people were able to leave Egypt.
Well, there was a climax to this story, because just as Moses and Aaron and God's people were nearing the Red Sea, Pharaoh changed his mind again.
Oh no. So the people had to go back in into being treated badly in Egypt?
Well, no, because God did something truly amazing. Just as the Egyptian armies were nearing the Red Sea and about to capture them, God made the Red Sea just come apart in the middle and a dry pathway formed down the centre, and God's people could just walk all the way down it. And God had piled up the Red Sea on either side.
Wow, but didn't the Egyptians follow and try to capture them?
Well, yes, they did. But just as they got near the Red Sea, God made the sea just come together again. So the Egyptians couldn't chase after God's people.
Whoa, so they were free at last. Wow, what a story, One Kids. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.